What if a Samsung feature you've been trying to figure out has already been asked by someone in the comment section? Well, that's exactly why we started this series. Today, I'm going to be picking 7 real-life questions from Samsung users, covering everything from customization and good luck to features that simply refuse to work the way people expect it. And we're going to solve them one by one directly on the phone. So stay tuned because someone else's question might actually solve the problem you've been having too. So welcome and welcome back to the Do It Right Tech channel, where I take you through everything tech and help you get the absolute best out of your Samsung device. This is Let's Build It, the series where your Samsung problems become the content. If there's something you cannot figure out, something you want to do on your phone, or an automation that you want to build, drop it in the comment section with the hashtag Let's Build It. I'll pick it, find the solution, and show you exactly how that was done. But without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. But don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, let's go. So the first question was, how do you get that tall elongated clock screen that looks similar to the style on the iPhone? Well, it's very simple. I have made dedicated videos for them, but scrap that. Let's watch this one. So first and foremost, we're talking about the font of the clock. So let's look here. You're going to hold down on the screen, for example, and come here into wallpaper and style. Then when we come here, you're then able to see exactly the type of clock he's talking about, this tall clock. Well, natively, this very font is not available on your phone. So I'm going to be showing you how to get this. Now to get this, first and foremost, I'm going to be putting in the description below the link to download the fonts that I'm going to be showing you. I'll also be making it the pinned comment in the comment section. So just check these places if you want to find them. So now we're going to install those fonts. But before we do that, this is an important thing you want to do. You want to come here, go into settings, then scroll down till you get to security and privacy. Because it's an installation, which we're about to do, it is important that you turn off auto blocker because auto blocker is going to stop it from installing. So you're going to tap on it, and then as you can read here, it's going to turn itself back on after 30 minutes. So we're just going to unlock it. Then now what you're going to do is go and download it from the link that I showed you. I mean the font applications. Then you're going to come inside and find the fonts like this. So there are several fonts. For that very one he's talking about, you're going to scroll down and look for a particular one that is known as the Oppo Big Clock. This very one, you're going to tap on it. In my case, it's updated, so I'm going to just show you how to install it. I'm just going to pick any of them and hit install. With auto blocker turned off, it's going to immediately install. And once it's done, I'm going to hit done. That's it. So now, once that has been done, you're going to come back into your lock screen like that. And when you're in, tap on the clock and come under font and color, scroll all the way back till you get to these 3 dots and tap on it. You're going to see several fonts here, including that very font, which is what we're talking about. If you don't want this, let's say we're going to try this, we can tap on that, hit back, and then we're going to see what it gives us. Now, it doesn't end here. We're just selecting it because when you tap on it and come into style, you see different formats. So if you want it stretched out this way, you can use it this way. If you want it stretched out that way, you can do that. So in this case of the tall one, we're going to select the lock screen Oppo clock. And once you've selected it, we're going to go back. We're going to have it that way, put it the exact way we want it. And if your setup requires it to be straight down, you can always also tap on it and then come into style and select that one to get it this way. So whichever way it is that it works for you, you can pick and choose. All right. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. And for the commenter, thank you very much for that comment. Moving on. So the next comment I got is, why can't I download Wonderland from the Good Luck application? And what can I do if it isn't available? So this is one of those good luck problems where 2 people can open the same good luck and not necessarily see the exact same models. If Wonderland isn't showing for you or you're unable to install it, the first thing we need to do is to check whether Good Luck itself and the Galaxy Store are completely updated. Let me show you. So what you're going to do first and foremost is just come in here and look for the store. Once you're in the store, just search for Good Luck and then make sure that it's not written here update. If it's written update, it could probably be the reason, but if it's not the case, that you're just going to go inside. Now, if you don't find a particular model inside here, what it means is that there is probably 3 reasons you're not seeing it. 1, the device is not compatible. 2, software version is not compatible. Or 3, the region is not compatible. So these are 3 reasons why you might not be able to find it, because good luck model availability can really differ. So if you open good luck on your device and Wonderland appears there, but you're unable to download it automatically, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just means that probably it's a compatibility issue. So that's basically it. But you could also go ahead and download Find Lock like this. Just go into any space like that and then type Find Lock. Okay, Find Lock like that, and you're going to find the Find Lock inside the Play Store or at findlock.app. And once you have installed it, it's going to look exactly like this and have all the models also inside it, like you can see. So you can find almost all of them inside, as you can see, and that should be it. If this also doesn't work, then unfortunately there is a difficulty in helping you at this point. All right, so sorry, but I hope this was helpful. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Moving on. So with the third question, so the question was, can a new Bixby actually create or write an application simply by asking it? This is an interesting question, especially because Bixby has changed considerably from what many Samsung users knew about. And I actually made a complete video showing everything about Bixby. You can check it in the top right corner. It's very detailed and you can find so many things inside. I digress. But there's an important distinction here. Being able to write a code and then being able to build, compile, install a functioning application onto your phone are necessarily not the same thing. The new Bixby can help with more complex questions and content generation than the old Bixby, depending on the version that's on your device. So we can actually test this. Look at this. Hi Bixby. Create a code for a simple Android application that tracks how many glasses of water I drink each day.
Here's a simple Android app in Kotlin that counts your daily water glasses and saves the total locally.
So as we can see here, it's actually done that. And the source is Perplexity, as you know that it's been combined. You can go ahead and then ask more questions on that. So is it possible to write the application? Yes, it could write the code for the application, but to actually produce the application inside any space, it's not going to be possible. I hope this actually answered the question, and I might have gotten the question wrong. But if also we are talking about just writing, let's say an application as in a letter for some kind of job or something, this is easy for Bixby, all right? I hope it was helpful. Moving on. So the next question is, can Samsung still use the 4-digit PIN to unlock immediately without pressing OK? Well, to answer this question, I need to show you exactly what is being spoken about here. There was a previous video I had done, and in it I was kind of showing how you could do this. When you unlock your phone using code, once you hit the last number, it unlocks on its own. That is the feature we're talking about and how we could turn it on. Now, this question here is actually talking about whether it's possible if your code is a 4-digit code. So let me show you how I set it up. So what we did was we went into settings, then scroll down till we go into lock screen and AOD. And while in, we go here into biometric, enter our PIN. And once we are in here, we come here, we'll try to change the PIN. So if you put in a PIN up to 4 digits, like you can see here, it says you can tap to continue, but it doesn't give you the option to be able to unlock without OK. But if I add 2 more digits, you can see there, it has ticked on that confirm PIN without tapping OK. So once this has been checked, that means as soon as you finish typing the PIN, it's going to unlock on its own. Now, before there was for 4 digits, but currently it's no more working on these current devices. So if you're using an old device with an older One UI version, it might be possible on your phone. All right. I hope this was helpful to somebody who might have wanted to ask this question too. All right, moving on. So the next question was, which calendar widget are you using on your home screen? The reason this is being asked is because of this, the red line of text we see here. I know it doesn't appear on everyone's calendar, but it's simply the Samsung calendar. Let me show you. Hold down, widgets, I scroll down, I pick calendar. This one, not the Google calendar. So this one, scroll down, we can find it here. As you can see, it's already there, like that. Now, I think it doesn't appear in every country. Depending on the country you find yourself in, it might be red. So it's not a different application widgets. It's just the Samsung calendar widgets. All right. If you didn't know this, I'm glad I was able to show you. Let's move on. Now, in the next question, he's like, why can't I enable WhatsApp and Google Messenger inside NotiStar application list. Well, let me show you. When we talk about NotiStar, we're talking about a good luck model that deals with notifications and how you could actually customize how you receive your notifications. Let me show you how it can be seen. Once you unlock and NotiStar has been turned on, you're going to find this here so that you can scroll on it and you can see your notifications. Then you can also have a filtered side of your notification containing specific words or keywords. All right, so when we go into good luck and we go into NotiStar right there, we're often going to be greeted with this page. Once you're here, you can see the application list. Inside here, all applications that are capable of giving notifications should be found here. So if you look at mine, for example, I go to message, you can see that my message applications are there. So it's working for me clearly. How about WhatsApp? WhatsApp is also there. So what could be the reason why you might not find a particular application inside the space? This is it. If you go to settings and you scroll all the way down till you get to apps and you go inside here, you have to look for that application you're not finding and tap on the application. Just make sure that inside here under notification you have actually allowed notification. If notification has not been allowed here, it's not going to show in the NotiStar application. Once that is done, you can actually now enable it here also. All right, and then continue to use the filter option, and you can even here select particular applications including that very application like you can see there. So if you want to know more about the NotiStar model, you can check the top right corner here. I have done a dedicated video just for that. Moving on. So the question is, how do you customize your good luck folder so that it looks like that when you tap on it? Well, what he's talking about in this question is a certain look of the good luck folder. And you ask yourself, good luck folder? Well, yes, there's a good luck folder. This is what you're going to do. It's actually a widget. So hold down on the screen, go to widgets, scroll down until you find good luck and tap on it. You're going to see two different things here. There's a widget like this, and then there's a widget like that. So if you select this widget and add it to your home screen, you're going to have it like that anywhere. And when you tap on it, you're going to be greeted with this face where you're able to scroll through your good luck applications. So this was used in that video, and that's what he was talking about. If you don't know about this, I'm glad I was able to show you. And basically that's it. And this here is the video 2 of the Let's Build It. Now I need your problems for the next video. If you're trying to make your Samsung do something and it's not working, tell me exactly what you're trying to do and what happened instead. The more specific the scenario, the easier it is for me to understand, respond, and find a solution. Add the hashtag Let's Build It to the comment, and your question would actually be featured in the probable next video, because the problem you're having today could be the exact same problem another person is trying to solve. But without wasting much time, please don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.